Today is Tuesday, March 3rd, 2026. And when it's Tuesday, you know that I am going to give you an update for the week. All right. Uh, this past week has been an emotional roller coaster. Mentally, I've been all over the place. Um, but the first update, fasting. Boy, I tell you, I feel like this was so much easier to do in my youth. And I think it comes down to being in a cold environment. The food I'm eating is very different than what I would eat back home. Just all the factors. I'm older now. Yeah, it's been rough. So fasting is fasting. I'm still doing 16/8. I think I'm going to throw in a day, maybe on Sunday, where I just eat 3 meals because I want to be able to, one, enjoy my life, but two, my kid always asks for pancakes. I want pancakes. And it takes a lot of effort for me to make pancakes because it's just, I've made so many pancakes in my youth because my mother loved pancakes. She probably still does. But it was always my job to make it. And I just, now at this point in my life, I feel like it's so time consuming for something that I don't even really like all that much. Not that I dislike pancakes, but I have one pancake and I'm done. Like for the month. Like, okay, I'm done. I'm just not really a carbs person, except when it comes to croissants. Oh my god, I could eat croissants forever. And like little fruit tarts. Like, I like pie. I like a good buttery pie, but I'm getting off the topic. But clearly, fasting. I'm sitting here talking about food. Um, but yeah, so on Sundays, I am going to start just eating 3 meals on Sunday, and then just stick to 16/8. My goal is to start burning more fat, increase my metabolism, get my energy back, but trying to do 16/8 for like so many days in a row, I feel like it's too much. Sometimes my heart rate is all over the place. I'm extremely cold. Um, so yeah, I will be adjusting my fasting. Stay tuned. Another thing that affected my fasting this past week was, yeah, there's been a death in the family. This past weekend, just out of the blue, my ex called me. He texted me and he said that his mother was in the hospital, and I immediately offered. I said, "Hey, should I bring our kid over? Like, is everything okay?" And probably within less than an hour of me reaching back out, she had already died. So that was Wednesday. I haven't really had a lot of communication with him. I just went ahead and rearranged, asked for an accommodation and rearranged my schedule so that I could take my kid to his appointments that normally my ex would take him to every week. Um, and another thing I did, we have been doing, um, he had been, how should I say this? Since January 1, I set up that he would watch our kid every other weekend. Not, I didn't really set it up. I offered, I said, hey, would you like to start switching off every other week? Because we might as well start doing that now because, we're in the process of divorce or whatever. But he he wanted every other weekend. So that was his choice. So since January, I put on the calendar, um, you know, scheduling every other weekend. But because he texted that she died, and then I tried calling him, and I could just hear like a lot of like hospital noise in the background, and he couldn't even utter like 2 words. He was just like, I'll call you back, but he never called me back. Um, so I can't imagine. I still have all my parents, so I can't imagine mentally where he is, and I know this is very difficult for him, especially since he was an only child. Um, So no updates there. I have no idea what's going on. I offered, I just said, hey, if you need anything, let me know, but he hasn't communicated. So our kid is with me and I'm doing everything, at least for this month. So stay tuned. We'll see how that turns out. But along with the loss in the family and then everything that's going on in the Middle East right now, I'm kind of just like trying to get my bearings because I think I mentioned in my last update that I was really looking forward to traveling. Um, but I'm watching all these videos of people stranded in airports and just their experiences and just the comments like that people were talking about. Like I read a comment of somebody saying like, "Oh, well, why would you even be traveling right now with the president who's in office? You know, nobody likes us anywhere." And I'm just thinking to myself like, "Wow, that is such a small-minded view." Because I don't think anybody could have foresaw. Like I don't have any intel on what's next. So unless you're in the inner circle, like how are you, it's kind of like, I don't want to say victim blaming, but I don't know of another term to describe it. Blaming someone that gets caught up in a situation through no fault of their own is wild, because I can tell you last week, now there's dogs barking, more traffic, but I can tell you last week I went through and I was looking like early in the week. Oh my God. Every truck, every bus is driving down the street right now. I'm gonna have to do so much editing. This sucks. But last week I was looking at, the government website for travel. You can go on there and see, any advice, like where you should go, where you should stay away from. I don't remember seeing any advisories. I remember seeing in the news that they were moving warships into the area. But imagine these people could have bought these tickets like a year, 6 months in advance. I don't think there was any travel warnings or updates about what was going to go down at the end of February. Nobody knew. How can we look into the future and know? And I don't feel like anybody's like really talking about that or like defending the people who are on vacation or traveling for business or whatever. Sometimes you get caught up in stuff through no fault of your own because, again, most people book their flights and their travel plans well in advance. Nobody has the crystal ball to know that there's going to be any military action happening down the line. I don't know. No one knows. So I don't know. Those comments rub me the wrong way. And then it also makes me think like, should I cancel travel plans for 2026 based off of what's happening there? I don't know, because my kid, he loves Christmas. Like if there's a Christmas movie or a song that has anything to do with Christmas, like he'll just stop and watch it. And I bought a little canister of hot chocolate and then he picks it up and he's like, "Oh, Mommy, are we gonna make hot cocoa for Christmas?" Like he loves Christmas. And that's why I really, really wanted to go anywhere with like a Christmassy town. So I had Iceland on the map. I had Norway that I was interested in. So I don't know. I don't know. I only have, you're always trying to get like the best rate on airfare, hotels, blah, blah, blah. But right now, I don't know what I should do. And then also, it's the added thing of I have to get my ex's permission to travel internationally with him. What is he going to say? And it's not like I can even have that conversation right now because he's grieving. He's probably doing 1,000,001 things as far as paperwork and final planning, all that stuff. So I don't even know. Like this month is kind of a wash. Like I can't even if I do see a good deal on something, I don't feel confident putting any money down because I don't know. It's not just me. And then in saying that, I did want to take a trip because since I've been married, I haven't gone on a trip by myself anywhere. And since my kid's been born, I've been his sole provider with the exception of paid daycare. I haven't gone anywhere by myself like for all these years. Now I did go back home, so I had like a couple of hours here and there where it was just me like cruising around, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. But yeah, I don't know. I hope things get better. Like I didn't go through like all the trouble of applying for his visa not to use it. Um, so we'll see. There's a lot going on. So I'm gonna stay optimistic. Um, but yeah, it's been an emotionally difficult week. Um, but I'm looking forward to getting my systems down as far as having him here on the weekends because it's hard to keep him entertained just due to the weather. It's been snowing, it's been raining, it's still cold. Um, as far as what I see um, in the weather reports, we should be hitting like mid 70s this weekend, so I'm excited. Um, but yeah, just living life. Um, but that's my update for this week. I'm going to stay optimistic. I'm going to stay positive. I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing and trust that things are going to get better, not just for me, but hopefully for everyone who's going through tough, difficult, unbelievable times right now. Until next week.